Why does your mask smell like my feet? Pick up some Mask Bright today.
Well, hello there, fellow CPAP jerks. It is your favorite registered polysomnographic technologist, Jason, otherwise known as the Lanky Lefty. Welcome to my channel. Today we're doing a little bit of a public service announcement because I made a very serious and grave error. You're gonna get a little story time with Uncle Pappers here. My wife and children went to visit my wife's brother, our in-laws and their cousins in Tennessee. Knoxville specifically, not that that matters. My brother works for a private jet manufacturing company, and he said, hey guys, when you land in Nashville and we fly out to Knoxville, you gotta kind of pack light. We gotta keep it under this weight. And so in my head, I'm going on vacation, and I wanted to take a vacation from all sorts of aspects of my life, including this. I basically threw the middle finger up to the CPAP machine. My beloved CPAP machine. The machine that is there specifically to treat my obstructive sleep apnea. Now, obstructive sleep apnea does not take vacations, as you know, but in my little pea-brain mind, the squirrel was running hard to justify me not taking the CPAP device. I didn't want to deal with it. I was on vacation, and I was trying to blame it on the weight. It weighs practically nothing. It does take up space, but really not that much space. I totally had room for it. I decided not to take it, and I paid for it. So we landed in Nashville, my brother-in-law picked us up, and we launched in his badass Cirrus Vision jet aircraft, turning a 3-hour drive into like 25 minutes. It was awesome. Now, speaking of launching, I'm gonna launch a sweet transition. It's time to let you know that CPAP Supplies has just launched their loyalty reward program. It's extremely simple and beneficial for you. Basically, with every dollar you spend, you earn a loyalty reward point. For every 100 points earned, you get $5 off. The super simple part is that you only have to have an account with cpapsupplies.com to be enrolled in the program, and you'll automatically start earning points. There's no limit to the amount of points that you can earn, and the points never expire. This is great because it's really just rewarding you for shopping like you normally would do any other time you shop at cpapsupplies.com. The other thing is no other online retailer for CPAP supplies offers this kind of program. And if you're not finding something you like, you can always use discount code LEFTY20. Now here's the other thing. They have a bunch of product bundles. The newest one is Build Your Own Bundle. They also have a CPAP starter set. The important thing though is that Lefty20 is not gonna work with that, but the bundles come with 10% off if you use the specified code on their specific product pages. It's important to note that if it comes with a machine, no other discount codes are going to apply other than the one listed on the product page. Check out the sponsor of this video and this channel, cpapsupplies.com. That was honestly probably my smoothest advertisement yet. So we land in Nashville, head to Knoxville, I sleep that night, and I wake up feeling like absolute horse ass. I felt horrible. And I blamed it on the time change. Now, we all know it wasn't the time change. It's because I didn't bring the CPAP machine. The next day I felt even worse, the next day even worse, and I even recorded a video while I was there, babbling, much like I am now, but less coherently, about how hot it is.
Now, while I continue sweating, I want you to do me a solid.
The cicadas.
With the cicadas serenading me.
And how I wished I brought my CPAP machines.
So I didn't bring my CPAP machine, and I suffered.
And so guys, I implore you, take your CPAP machine if you go on vacation. It's worth it. You're gonna be miserable on vacation if you don't take it. So what can you do about it if you don't, if you're a boob like me, a giant boob nipple, what do you do if you don't take your CPAP equipment? I'm gonna tell you some things that I did. One, I propped myself up. I used several pillows to prop myself up at probably a 30 to 40 degree angle, so pretty upright. The other thing I do is in my little carry-on bag, I always have a mute. Now a mute is a nasal insert and it is a nasal dilator. So think of a breathe right strip on the outside, it kind of pooches your nares out. These do it internally. There's several different products that do that. I do have a lot of obstruction in this area, so it works kind of well for me, but not well enough because I have a fat tongue and uvula. So being slightly upright assists in that. The other thing you can do is lay on your side. Oftentimes you can lay prone, and things like that will help immensely. Now, if you have something like the iNap, you could take that with you on vacation. If you just want something really, really small, I was such a jackhole, I didn't even take that. Those are some of the things you can do to mitigate your sleep apnea if you are stupid and you already made the mistake. Positional therapy is highly, highly effective. It's just that you're sleeping upright and your vertebrae are compressed all night, so you get it easily 6 to 7 inches shorter. Guys, heed my warning. Take your damn PAP therapy device with you on vacation. It makes it so much better. Now, let's get into some of the nitty-gritty of this. I have some very interesting topics to discuss with you. Now, video is essentially over, okay? But we have some very important things that I learned on this trip to Tennessee. Now, my wife's brother is always raving about Tennessee and how great a place it is to live. And my wife and I have like this rough, when our kids graduate from high school, we want to move out of California because we've lived here all of our lives pretty much, with the exception of a couple years in Utah. Let's check out Tennessee. Let's look at it as a place to potentially live. Here's what I discovered about Tennessee. 1, it is the redneck Riviera. I kid you not. I found that, and please don't take offense to this, there's a lot of offensive things in my future statements here. I am wildly uncomfortable around large groups of hillbillies. Hillbillies make me very uncomfortable. I also learned, on a positive note, Nashville has some outstanding live music. Literally live bands lined up in downtown Nashville. That was pretty cool. Side note, I saw a lot of vomiting during what would be typical work hours, 3 p.m., 2 p.m. A lot of vomiting in the streets. It was gross. It was really gross. Another thing, the Country Music Hall of Fame, I'm not a country music fan at all, but I found it really, really cool. I did see a lot of these people in concert. My wife's family in Utah started a country radio station, so they would put on a lot of concerts. I saw a lot of these people. I met them. I didn't know who they were, but they're in the Hall of Fame. It was kind of cool. The next thing I learned about Tennessee is the Nashville t-shirt and coffee mug shops. I kind of collect coffee mugs from wherever I go. They're poorly made. At least the one I bought was. I washed it and the Nashville part wiped right off, except for the big N. I have a big N and kind of a swoop coming off of it. So that kind of pissed me off. That's 13 bucks I'll never get back. The other thing I learned about Tennessee is they are big, big fans of what they call
hot chicken.
Yes, yeah, I think I am gonna get some hot chicken. Thank you very much. Hattie B's was highly recommended, and I too highly recommend it. However, there is a catch. And the catch is, here in California, they have a thing called Mongolian barbecue. Now, amongst my family, they know that if I consume Mongolian barbecue, it's like consuming barbed wire. And my body wants to get rid of it as quick as possible. So I kind of have to start the clock. And what I found with Hattie B's hot chicken is that I have a similar clock, although the clock might be even smaller, and there's really no safe spot for me to go. So that was tough. I had to reset the clock on my almost poop myself story. That's what I'm saying. I also discovered that grits are phenomenal. I need more grits in my life. Grits are fantastic. I had a friend ask me what kind of grits they were. I don't know. They were just grits. They were good. They were really good. Now, I also learned that the SEC baseball fields, I got to visit University of Tennessee baseball field as well as the Vanderbilt baseball field. Those were really, really cool. Some of you know I played baseball at Gonzaga, and our field was nice, but it wasn't like real nice. They kind of take basketball more seriously. Vanderbilt and University of Tennessee, their fields were awesome.
Also, fair warning that if I ever visit your college campus, I will defile any mascot I see on campus. It's just kind of my thing.
And I think I'll leave you on one more thing, and that is if you are in Nashville and you are right by Vanderbilt, pretty much across the street is the Parthenon. Now, the Parthenon was highly recommended to us. Like, people were like, dude, you got to go to the Parthenon. That's awesome. We looked at pictures and I'm like, dude, a replica of the Parthenon? That's pretty sweet. And it's like right there. So we went. It was hella dumb. So you go into this thing and it's just kind of dumb. It's just really dumb. Everything is a recreation and it just looks like a recreation. And in the belly of the beast, you waddle your way down there. A lot of Southern food at this point. I waddled my way down there and they had an art exhibit. And I say art exhibit very, very loosely. What I saw was a lot of stuff that looked like kids did. A lot of paper mache, a lot of bad painting. I think it was old painting. Some of it may have been new. It was all really, really bad. And my son and I really couldn't stop laughing because there were some people going, oh, I just really like the Oh, look at the brush strokes. Oh, just so subtle the way they, oh, so subtle brush strokes. What? But lots of paper mache, lots of stuff that looked like crumpled up paper that was being guised as art. And then you go into the top and there's a giant statue of Athena. And it was just kind of dumb. The good news is it was free because my brother-in-law is ex-military, so I didn't waste any cash. But visually looking at it from the outside is pretty cool. So if you drive by, just look at it and say, dude, that's pretty cool, and save yourself some cash. And the last thing I want to mention is probably my favorite part of it is in my line of work, I kill time every now and then. I have like 5 to 10 minutes between appointments, and sometimes I just grab a snack, let my voice rest, and I play It's my guilty pleasure. My wife makes fun of me all the time. Oh, you gonna play your little game? Well, there's been a guy on there that found out I was a YouTuber, and I kind of think he may have started his channel sort of inspired by me starting my channel. He mentioned it, and I started watching his videos. I started watching them just thinking, you know what? I'll just give him, I know the guy online for 5 years. Let's watch his videos, see what he's got. He does a lot of travel videos, stuff around Tennessee, biking, droning, RVing. They are really funny and they are really good, and he has just under 600 subscribers. His channel has actually grown 300 subscribers in about a 6-month period. Pretty good. It's hard. It's a grind to start a YouTube channel. So I really like this guy's personality. There's a little chat thing in Clash of Clans. So we decided to meet up because he's apparently lives like right there. So we meet up. We had an awesome conversation. I like the guy even more in person than I do online. He recorded a little bit of it. I recorded none of it. But I just want to mention this. Check out his channel. It is called Dino Rolls. I'm going to leave it in the description box down below. His personality is great, and I actually listened to him, truly enjoying it. That's what I got out of Nashville and Tennessee. Awesome jet ride. Found out, yeah, I really need to wear my CPAP all the time. I damn near crapped myself with some hot chicken. I got ripped off with a mug, a coffee mug. I'm wildly uncomfortable around hillbillies. Parthenon sucks. Baseball fields are cool. But I had a great time. Guys, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.
Thank you to all watching, but an extra thick thanks, buddy, to Doug Toombs, Jason Georgiades, Patricia Espelong, Sarvesh Joshi, Stuart Hetherington, Mona Swearingen, Chungchu Chen, and Edward Steiner, as well as a big thank you to all my other Patreon supporters and YouTube members. Little tiny thanks, buddy, for you guys.